So back in May, I did a series where I predicted the ratings of about 4 rookies for every team in the NFL. Sometimes I did 5 if a guy was interesting enough in the later rounds, but 4 for every team, and I've gone through all of those predictions and all of those rookies' ratings in Madden 17, and I now have the results for how well I did in predicting those. So I covered a total of 132 players, and 61% of those players I got within 2, which I still think is pretty good. Obviously I think it's good because it's 61%, but 43% I got within 1, and then bang on the exact right number I got 20%, so 26 I got right, another 31 I got within 1, and then another 24 on top of that I got within 2, so 81 total I got within 2, that means 51 I was quite far out on. For some reason the first 2 players, and it only seems to be the first 2 players, all the rest I think are exactly the same, have lower overalls on Madden than they do on the EA Sports website where you can look at all the player ratings, and I based all this off those player ratings, so although that technically is different on the screen like what Madden shows, the release ratings on the website are the correct ones. But now let's take a quick look at the players I did get right. So Andrew Billings I got right, Artie Burns I said originally 73 to 74, so I'm giving that one to me anyway. Tavon Young with 67, Willie Beavers I said 68 to 70 and he had 69 bang on in the middle. Usually when I've given ranges and it covers more than a few numbers, I'm not just counting if I get in between those, but because it was directly in the middle of the 2 I said, I figure I count it. You can obviously take that away from me, although I would be upset. Taylor Decker I said 76 to 77, again he got 76. Cyrus Jones was bang on, Vincent Valentine. Adolphus Washington I said 70 to 71. Kendall Fuller was right, Matthew Ioannidis, Eli Apple and Darian Thompson. Charles Tapper. Oh, and for the Giants, I got every single one of their first 4 draft picks within 2 or closer. Will Fuller, I was right on. Braxton Miller, again, I said 70 to 71, and he's a 71. TJ Green, Hassan Ridgeway, Jack Conklin, Darryl Worley and Zach Sanchez of the Panthers I got right. Vernon Hargreaves I got right, so I got Eli Apple and Hargreaves both right. Kivari Russell I was right on. Eric Murray, I said 67 to 68, he is a 68. Connor Cook, this one's a little bit more because I said 70 to 72 and he did get a 72, but come on, give me something here. And Tyler Higbee I got right as well. Now what's more interesting are some of the players that I got wrong. So Keenan Reynolds, I originally said I thought he was going to be a 67 and could even be as high as a 74 in terms of his actual on-field impact. He's on a 62. Then Cody Kessler, I actually underrated. I thought he'd get a 65 to 67. He ended up getting a 70 overall. Ashawn Robinson, I massively overshot. 78, he ended up getting a 72, but I do think he's been underrated by Madden. Cody Whitehair, I thought he'd get a 75, gets a 69. Darren Lee, I thought he'd get around a 77, ends up with a 73. Shaq Lawson, 78 down to a 70, and Reggie Ragland, 77 down to a 73. So I thought, and a lot of people thought, hey, the Bills have got a really nice draft class here. Madden, not so much. Keith Marshall, I thought would get like a 62 just with a really high speed. He ended up getting a 69, which isn't that bad at all. Ryan Kelly was another guy I massively overvalued. Could be the fact they're from Alabama, but I thought he'd be an 83 because he's pro ready. He gets a 76. Miles Jack, I originally said 81 to 82. In hindsight, maybe that was a little high, but he got a 73 rating. That is just ridiculously low. Derrick Henry again, I thought he could get an 80, he ended up with a 74. Now remember Cyrus Jones I did get bang on right, so I'm not just overvaluing everybody from Alabama, but Derrick Henry a 74, that's the same rating as CJ Prosise, and those guys are not in the same category, and I'm pretty sure after watching the preseason, Madden are starting to agree with me a little bit more. Then Michael Thomas wasn't far off, I said 73, he ended up getting a 70, but again, I think after watching him in preseason, Madden's probably thinking I'm a little closer to the right answer. And the final one, Pharaoh Cooper, I said 70, which maybe was a bit high, but he got a 63 overall. I mean, Braxton Miller got a 71. And Braxton Miller is better, but the difference between those guys isn't as big as 8 overall. Overall, I would say I'm actually surprisingly impressed with how well I did. I thought I'd be way off off on loads more, but getting within 2 on 61%. I'm pretty impressed with that. Now, you may have seen here that my favorite team on Madden 17 currently is set to the New York Jets. If you want to know why, you will find that out on Monday. And from Monday onwards, I will be doing my full Madden 17 schedule. So 5 videos a week from Monday onwards, always uploaded at 4 PM Eastern. And if you don't want to miss that, you can subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, you can, I don't know, write it down on your hand with a permanent marker.